This is a sunshine phone call from Miss Higgs class. Blank was a wonderful worker. So, mom and dad, I just wanted to call you really quickly and let you know what a great week your kiddo has been having. They've been super kind and respectful. I have one great example a little earlier this week of something that was really thoughtful that they did for a friend. I'd love to tell you about that. And also, this is just a student who's always making good choices. Sometimes, those students don't get celebrated enough, and it was just a chance for me to call and brag. I want you to know that you are raising such a sweet and wonderful and lovely human. And they just make all of our day a little bit more special. So thanks for sharing them with us each day. All right, we have one more special message. Are you ready for it? We hope you have a wonderful weekend. All right. So, teachers, a sunshine phone call really helps us to kind of flip or reframe the idea of a school phone call home. A lot of times, parents pick up that phone in a panic because it's either the school nurse and somebody's sick, or it's a principal because we've had a behavior concern at school, or typically it's that something is wrong. So, how can we flip that? How can we reframe that? And how can we make a sunshine phone call, a phone call that really brightens the day of a parent? Well, I introduced this a few years ago in my classroom. So typically the night before, I'll call or I'll email the parent ahead of time, and I'll just say, "Hey, so surprising, but tomorrow we are going to be giving you a quick phone call. Won't share any of the details just yet, but did want you to know we'd be calling around." And then I give them kind of a window of time. If you can't answer, no worries. We'll leave you a sunshine voicemail, and that's a great thing too because your kiddo will love to come home and get a chance to listen to it again and again. So what we do is we write a class script together. So typically that very first part of the phone call, my students help me write. So the whole class, I'll point at them and I'll say, "Are you ready?" And when the parent answers, I'll point and they'll say, "This is a sunshine phone call from Miss Higgs class." At that moment is when I reveal who's getting the surprise phone call. Sometimes they'll recognize their parent's voice, but sometimes they don't. And so at that point, I'll name that student and I'll say, "Blank is," and I'll point back to the students and they'll say, "A wonderful worker." I'll quickly just brag about two or three wonderful things that have been happening that I've been keeping an eye out for and why I think their kiddo is doing such a fantastic job. And then I'll say, "All right, we have one more special message before we let you go. Are you ready?" And then I'll point to the kids and they'll say, "We hope this brightens your day," or "We hope you have a wonderful weekend." So this can really flip the script in your classroom. It's a great way to get off on the right foot with parents, and really establish from the very beginning that positive relationship, and just kind of indicate that you are looking so carefully and so closely for all of the strengths that our students possess, and taking a moment out of the school day to just make that phone call home. So positive phone calls are the way to go. I'd love for you to try it and definitely let me know what you think.